welcome to my first live vlog here at youtube.com/LisaMalambri. It is the epic return, apparently. Let me know if the audio is too loud. I have turned it down, but again, what I'm hearing, what you're hearing are two different things, so let me know. I would like to keep a little background music going on for you guys, just to have a little ambiance. Otherwise, on the flip side, if it's bothering you, let me know and I'll totally turn it off. But hi, you're getting a live vlog today because yesterday was pretty crazy in regards to sleeping in late, and then it was trying to regroup my brain to get functioning and moving and going. I knew I had so many things to do and ended up not really recording anything for today's vlog. So I chose then, you know what, it'd just be easier for me to do a live vlog anyways because there's so many things that I want to say to you guys anyhow. And I didn't want to, I hate vlogging like this and talking to the camera for too long of a period. It gets kind of boring, right? But we can discuss things. You guys have had some questions regarding the topics that I've just addressed here in the description below, such as how's Alyx doing with the crib transition to toddler bed, and how's she doing with dropping the naps, or what is she doing, or what are you guys doing? So we're gonna talk about those things. All right, everyone in chat is saying the audio is good. Guess I'll sleep once Alyx starts napping. It's 3 a.m. now. It is 7:35 p.m. Pacific time here for me in Los Angeles. What is up, everybody? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. Live vlog is a thing. It is a thing now. I'm good, guys. Thanks for checking in. So to get things started, I guess I'll go ahead and just kind of come over a little bit on the, hey, whoa, you're back. Wow, crazy random, but it's awesome. I never got a chance to really go into it because it was a super spontaneous, just random decision to make that I made. I decided, you know, as I've been telling you guys nonstop here on this channel and on Twitter at twitter.com/LisaMalambri, I'm coming back, don't worry, videos are gonna go up soon, I just gotta get settled in. There's always one thing after the next. Now, the major things seem to kind of be dying down, at least, and then there's always still something, right? Every day, there's always an excuse. So, I thought, you know, Vlogmas is a good way to kind of just have an excuse to start uploading out of nowhere, I guess, daily vlogging and everything, even though I wanted to do that on this channel anyhow. So I thought, gosh, it was like, that's tomorrow, I've got to do that now. So, excuse me. So yeah, so it was a pretty last minute decision, and I've, crazy enough, never done Vlogmas, the daily vlogging for December, I guess because I was already vlogging every day before, and then it just became a little too much to do it every day, and it's just a matter of finding a way that to make it work for me and still be able to get a lot more, you know, productivity in on other projects that I like to do, and not let these daily vlogs become my life. So, with that said, that's why December 1st vlog was just a bunch of random clips, and it wasn't even a bunch. There's still so much that I've recorded in attempt to try to get things up for you guys, and just never was able to take the time to sit down and edit them together for you as a video here on YouTube. So, boom, random clips. Beautiful. It was perfect because obviously I didn't record anything for the day before December 1st. So, now we're here. I should do a house tour. It's coming. Trust me, this place is a mess. This is my bedroom right now. This is where I work now. Even though I initially didn't want to have my workspace in the bedroom because they say that's not really, you know, it's not a good idea because you want your bedroom where a place of relaxation and calm, not work and stress and lights and stuff. But the way that our house is set up, it just made sense. I live stream video games at night over at my other channel. Well, a couple other channels, youtube.com and twitch.com/IamLucyMay. If you're interested in video game stuffs, if not, right here is fine. You're gonna get plenty of me right here as well. But anyhow, Alyx is on the other side of the house and I'm over here. So it helps when I'm up chatting and being loud with my online fam while she's trying to sleep at night. Because before I was in our extra living room space, if you will, downstairs, but the sound still traveled up the stairs, you know? And essentially it's like I'm right outside her door. Now we have 2 doors. We have a door, a hallway, and another door to block, add a little cushion. I have a hair in my nose. What the hell? Ah! Holy cow! That was a fuzzy. It was inside my nose. Oh my gosh, now it's not gonna run. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was inside my nose. Oh my gosh, that tickles so bad. Oh my gosh. But don't worry, a house tour will be coming as soon as we get everything organized. You'll see this is my bag I still have to unpack from this past weekend, from my trip to Columbus. And my desk has become a little messy. That's fine, whatever. And yeah, just gotta organize the things. You don't see this mess over here. There's like 2 different piles of just giveaways and boxes and so much stuff that still needs to be organized. But yeah, so I thought with this channel, the gaming YouTube channel, my gaming live stream channel, and then there's just others. I want to put up some scripted stuff for you guys here and on my other channels. And so I just like, man, there's never any perfect timing. It's almost like having kids, right? There's never any perfect timing. You just gotta do it, and it will, work itself out. It'll work. It'll work. But yes. Love they're trying to come back with the vlogs. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. And I figured I'd start here on this channel, which was crazy enough been neglected for about a year. Can you believe it? So crazy. And it just kind of breaks my heart that that's so much time that I didn't vlog. But there's still some content. So I have a Throwback Thursday of old gaming content that I do on my video game YouTube channel. So maybe actually that's a good idea. I might do that here. It'll be old content that I've recorded, but it's new to you guys. So we'll see. We'll do maybe a little Throwback Thursdays with some of that footage. Are you planning on having more kids? Yes, we would like to have one more at least. And initially we thought, yeah, 4-year gap, perfect. I don't think that's gonna happen because Alyx is turning 3 tomorrow, and that means we would have to start getting pregnant in the next few months. I would have to be pregnant in the spring. Or soon, now, or summer, the babies. I don't know if I want them to have the same birthdays, but that's kind of quick. And I feel like I'm just getting back on my feet with all of this. That one, if you guys can relate, 1 kid is manageable. Multiples, once you go over 1, life gets a little chaotic. So I think I would like to, we want to just get settled in first, get in the groove of life, get back to doing all the things, because we're not made of money. We can't afford awesome childcare, or just childcare in general. So I think that if we had a second one, I almost wouldn't be able to do all of the things online that I want to do. But it will definitely add the next chapter to this channel, because it will be starting all over again, right? Not only starting all over, but addressing then now the multiple kids aspect, toddler and baby, or just baby with, second kid in the family mix, and the dynamic, what that brings. Names possible. What names do you want? Well, I can't tell you. Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks for all the comments. 2 is perfect. Yeah, I was one of 2. It was great. And initially it was funny because I always wanted 3, I thought. And now that I know what it's like to be a parent, woo! I commend any parent that has multiples. That many multiples and more. Huh, can't even imagine. But anyways, moving forward, I need to plow through this a little bit. Can't lag so much, because the VOD of this, it's not as fun to watch when we're sitting here going, cool, guys, cool. And it's just me being boring. But anyways, let's see, staying on topic. First video was the crib transition to toddler bed for Alyx. So we really wanted to wait until she was 3. We thought 3 would be a good milestone. I mean, here we are. Basically, she's almost 3. This was the end of last month. So it was like, it's been like 2-3 weeks now. This literally, I don't know where these fuzzies are coming from. Yeah, we just thought 3 would be the sweet spot. Just wait they say 3 is a good age to start transitioning. And I thought, all right, let's keep her in there as long as we can. Because once you put her in the bed, then boom, what? She has free roam of the house, basically. So what I haven't put up, and I'll cover this in a future video, is we ended up putting a tall gate in her doorway. Currently, she still wears a diaper to sleep. She's potty trained, toilet trained. She will use the restroom. She just wears underwear during the day, but at night or whenever she's sleeping, we put her in a diaper because we found it was pretty hit or miss on whether she was going to pee in the crib or not. She was doing so well for a while, but I think we just kind of jumped the gun, and I didn't want to push her too much on that. And I think we can wait as well. As long as she's sleeping, it's fine. And she gets the gist of what it is to be potty trained and to use the toilet. She likes using the toilet, so that's good. Now the fact that she's still in a diaper is then even more fantastic for this transition from crib to toddler bed, because if she gets up, right, say she's not wearing a diaper and we're not up yet, being awake and active gets things going. So she would then have high odds of going to the restroom, in her pants. So the diaper's good because we are now changing her over, getting her mind acclimated to this whole idea of she now has access to do whatever she wants, basically. So now back to the gate. We have a gate, so when she wakes up, she can play in her room. Her room is a playtime haven. Plenty of toys, lots of things to play with. So she can just wake up, play, and then when we get up, which we usually get up at 8, but we've been kind of pushing the envelope now that we've got this whole setup going on. And we'll do like 8:30, 9 o'clock. This is what we've been toying with lately. And she's, crazy enough, been so good that when she wakes up, she stays in her bed. Because in the beginning, if you saw the video, we have a Logitech security cam in her room that allows us to view it from our phones live, and it also is motion censored, and whenever it catches her moving around or any movement, it'll catch a clip of that and put it up, so we can always check if we miss something what was going down, so we can watch her movements and kind of gauge her behavior that way and figure out a way to address it and go forward. So when we really got her ready to understand when she's sleeping, she needs to stay in there in her bed, and then when she's up in the mornings from nighttime, so when she wakes up in the morning she can play, but not when she's napping. Does that make sense? So I think she just hasn't really understood where that line is where she can get out of bed. She just understands she's not supposed to be out of bed. When she gets in bed, she has to stay in there until we come, because that's how it's always been for the first 3 years of her life. We've come to get her out of bed. So poor thing, sweetheart just stays in bed, and she'll just play with her stuffed animals, or she'll reach really hard as best as she can to that toy that's within or barely within reach, and she'll try to grab that and bring it to her bed and just kind of hang out and play pretend with her stuffed toys, read a book or something. She's so good. We've been really lucky in that, and I think that has to majorly attest to the fact that we always do our best. I mean, we all do, to be solid on everything we train her on. We're thankful that we have the time to do that. Just imagining having 9 to 5s where both of us are gone at work or something. We drop them off at daycare, or with a random babysitter that kind of maybe changes every now and again. That in itself would make teaching your toddlers or even babies at the time, but babies into toddlerhood, new things, because you've got so many different people at play, so many different ideas on what you're supposed to do or how. And even people at daycare, I'm going to assume, they don't have time to necessarily raise your kids. They're just trying to make sure your kid is safe and healthy and fed. So we are very lucky to be able to be 100% both of us hands-on with Alyx. And now, being a parent, I so understand why there's a stay-at-home parent. I never really understood that, growing up. Because I grew up with my dad, just my dad, basically. And he worked all the time. That's what I knew. I just thought, parents go to work. They're always at work, and this is life. This is how it happens. And I never understood personally why one parent always stayed home. I always just thought, why wouldn't they want to work? I don't know. It just seemed odd to me. And now I understand it. Man, to have that's a luxury. I see that that's a luxury, to be able to stay home with your kids. Holy cow. And that's good looking out for your kids for sure. But I definitely feel for the parents that can't do that maybe have to, either it's a single parent or both parents and they have to work, because that's huge. That's the hugest part in raising your kids, is just the amount of outside influence that comes into play. And it's just so that much more crucial when they're young, especially they say right the first 3 years is when that foundation is laid for them. So for us, it was really important that we instilled everything we need her to be and do and understand in those first 3 years as best that we could. And we had the time and availability to do that. So we've been so thankful that we could do that for her. And my heart goes out and I commend and kudos to those parents that aren't able to do that, because life just sucks sometimes. And you have to make decisions that, for the greater good, that aren't necessarily what we wish was the plan. But the challenges of being a parent. So with that said, why I went on that tangent is because with the crib transition to a toddler bed, that foundation we've laid in, into Alyx, it helped her to do that seamlessly. It was literally, I was expecting it to be drama, and it has been smooth sailing, ridiculously just perfect, literally perfect. Couldn't have asked for a better scenario. Alyx is just so amazing. Not sure how it would pan out with a boy. No, I know that little boys, I've never, experienced it firsthand, obviously, as I have one girl, but they say that little boys are, super rambunctious, and that could impede on their development and understanding and learning these kind of things, if you will, I guess the fundamentals or whatever, because their boy minds are just running at full speed all the time. So it should be interesting if we have a boy, just to watch the dynamic of the differences between the two, because we're used to the ease of this daughter we have. Also, she's, being the first, you have 100% of your time to devote to your first kid, and the second one, we're going to try, as we all do, but of course you still have your first kid that you have to take care of as well, and so should be interesting. Really can't wait. And we want 2 kids for the family aspect, first and foremost, and so that Alyx has somebody. For me personally, I thought when I contemplated, okay, side note, when I contemplated, do we just leave it as is? Do we just have just Alyx and she's by herself? Because it's expensive raising kids. It's expensive to have kids. So we're like, can we afford another kid? We want it, but does it make sense? Is it smart? And then I thought one of the biggest things for me, I thought down the road, in the future, and me being one of 2 as well, as a human, it is healthy to vent. You have to talk about your problems. You have to talk about what you're experiencing. It doesn't even have to be a problem, just emotions, the things that you're going through and thinking about. And growing up as when you're a kid, you either have your friends that you've made or your siblings. Really, I mean, you can say they go to their parents, but remind yourself, go back to when you were young. Did you want to go talk to your parents about certain things? And even if you did, you'd still take it with a grain of salt, because they don't understand, right? So for me, for Alyx's sanity, having a sibling to be able to vent to or just confide in on that age range is what matters most to me, having somebody. And then the other thing was, when we get old and we need help, Alyx can't have 100% of the work, right? We need more to help and stroll us around and change our diapers or whatever. So yeah. How old is your daughter? She is 3. Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy trailer? It's too funny. I have. It's so cute. I can't wait to watch it. You know what's crazy? I just started watching all your vlogs from before I subscribed because I was hooked. I realized you quit. I noticed you were back, so it was meant to be for sure. Yay! Woo! I know. I'm so sorry again for the major hiatus. Was not planning on being gone that long, but gosh, it took me a long time to get back. Keep your problems on the inside. No. So yeah, so that's been the driving force, honestly, to, you know what? Selfish reasons aside, you know, wanting to do things all the things that I want to do in life before we have our second kid. I'm like, a second baby has to happen for Alyx's sake. For me, my whole thing has been literally my full sacrifice for Alyx, and that would be just another thing to provide for her, if you will. And when I say full sacrifice, I mean, you know, that breastfeeding nipple murder action. Yeah, that's sacrifice. Go ahead, just break them, just murder them. All for you, baby girl, all for you. Don't you forget all the things I did for you. Anyways, moving on, little side distraction. So that's kind of what's been going down with the crib transition. Haven't had any issues. It's been great. And at this point, literally, we're just trying to get her to understand that in the morning she can get out of bed and play. So poor thing just sits there and waits for us. Like, oh, she's so sweet. All right, and then now moving on to a different topic of dropping the nap. To drop the afternoon nap or not to drop the afternoon nap. So Alyx, approaching 3 here, we could tell that she wasn't taking her naps, or she would fall asleep right at like 15 minutes before we were to get her up, which then we'd let her sleep for another 30 minutes extra, which turned into maybe 45 minutes extra. The next thing you know, she's only up for another couple hours before it's bedtime again. And she just sleeps at night really well. So it just seemed like a lot of sleep for her. So we've experimented dropping the nap. But the problem isn't, oh, she's getting a lot of sleep. She should be fine, or she looks fine. She should be fine. Speaking of the devil, it's bedtime. You got socks on your hands? Yes, you can. This is the star of the show, Alyx.
Hi, Dream.
Woo!
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, you see Daddy over there?
Yes, Daddy's behind the door, right there.
Yeah, he is.
Yes. Hi, Dream. Hi, Dream.
What's on your hands?
Socks?
Why do you have socks on your hands?
What are you gonna do?
Why do you have socks on your hands?
What are you gonna do?
Oh yeah, you're gonna just not answer me, you little monkey. Wrong stream. All right. Say it. Yeah, say good night.
But I want to say hi, Dream.
You did. You could say hi.
I wanna say hi. I want to say Lipstick Mafia.
Okay. Do you want to tell them about Fluttershy and Applejack?
Yeah! My
My Little Ponies. What happened to them?
life!
You don't know? You're looking at yourself. She does have gloves, but she likes to put her socks on her hands. Silly girl. Yeah? You playing catch? Oh, she's playing like a goalie. Oh, come say hi to stream, Dad.
Hi, stream. Whoa, I'm like super orange.
It's this monitor. It's my gaming monitor. It's not. That's why I have to like color it over there.
Hi, Sabrina. What up, Jack?
Say bye, stream. Sweet dreams, stream.
Bye, Dream.
Bye, stream.
I love you, honey. Wait. Honey. honey. Watch this. No. Okay. Get her in frame. Watch the, okay. Oh, wait. You can go back a little bit. All right, baby. Good night. You can catch my kiss. Oh, you want a real kiss? Mwah. Good night, honey. You want butterfly kisses? Good night, baby. I love you. So I didn't know that Rick had taught her this. Rick is almost done. He's on the last mission. But Rick. So she knows how to blow kisses and whatever. And I didn't know that Rick taught her how to catch kisses and put them on your heart. So one night she actually got mad at me when I was saying goodnight to her. I was like, all right, sweet dreams, I love you. And she's like, no, mommy, you've got to catch my kiss. Or she said it in her, little toddler way. And so she had to show me. And I was just like, what is happening right now? This is too cute. So anyways, yep, there it is. So that was perfect. Yay. What LisaMalambri daily family vlog wouldn't be complete without the family, right? So that's awesome. And it was perfect right in between two topics, which moving on to the next topic of to drop the nap or not to drop the nap. So we already started discussing it, and I was saying how she sleeps a lot in general, and just the timings of her nap. It was hard to get her down because she'd be too awake. I don't know. We're still in experimental stage. Obviously, sleep is when their brain is, making all of the connections. That's when she's growing. It's just a really good and crucial time for babies and toddlers to partake in sleeping. They need to sleep. So even though she sleeps pretty well at night, she, will make it to late afternoon, but she ends up crashing around 5, 6-ish. So we currently are taking it day by day, depending on what the day entails, and also how many days did she go without having a nap. Now, if she's crabby, if I see her whining for the littlest things, she's getting upset, that signals to me she needs a nap. And that was super indicative of today, for example. I think she'd gone a couple days, 2 or 3 days without a nap, because she's been doing really well. I've been sick, and there's been not a lot of activity happening around here, so she's just kind of been chilling at the house, pretty low-key activities, nothing crazy and too stimulating. So she went without naps, and she's so good, right? It'll get her to the point where maybe at bath time she'll get a little cranky, but we're in the home stretch. She's about to go down. So today, literally this mid-morning, she was whiny about nothing for no reason, just whiny about whatever. And I thought, today's the day. You take a nap. You're gonna need a nap today. And that could be multiple days in a row. That's not the formula. The formula isn't go a few days without a nap, then take a nap, go a few days. But it could be. I don't know. Every kid's different. Also, if it's a really active day, we'll try to get her a nap at home as best as that we can as well, because she will be tired. So I'll be vlogging about it, though, daily vlogging. So make sure to tune in. If you're not a subscriber, make sure to hit that sub button. It is $0 to sub to this channel. Great deal, right? Woo! Great deal. So why not? And we'll, take it day by day. So like I said, the last couple days, I'm pretty sure she didn't nap. Today she did. So now you got the count space down. And in the daily vlogs, I'll mention it, right? I'll try to make a point to mention her napping so that you guys can kind of keep track of that. I want to keep track of that too. I want to address that later too, to make sure. My daughter did that for the longest time. We corrected it by giving her 2 30-minute naps with a few hour in between, and it eventually worked. Yeah, see, like every kid's different, and whatever works, right? With Alyx, I wouldn't be able to get her down for a nap before her standard nap. She's her brain is just constantly and also it's probably, she kind of had a growth spurt too recently. And I think that's what also impeded on this figuring out the nap situation, because I don't want to drop the nap. A, that's some free time for us. B, that's like I said, a crucial time for toddlers to be growing and brain neurons and all the connections, whatever. It's just good. The naps are good for them. So I don't necessarily want her not to take it, but sometimes she'll fight it, and just depending on the day, we'll take it from there. When did she start sleeping through the night? All right, you guys are gonna hate me for this, and I want to say I covered it in Life Not Yet Rated series, which is my Mommy Monday series. She slept through the night starting at 5 weeks because I sleep trained her, and ever since, she slept through the night. There might have been, I could probably count on one hand, maybe a little bit into the second. I don't think so though. I think really, literally on one hand, how many times Alyx ever woke up in the middle of the night while she was a baby. And those would be either because A, she was sick, or she got her leg stuck like through the crib rails, or she was having like a growth spurt, which was keeping her up and not feeling well. So yeah, like it was amazing. And it's a series, a book series called Moms on Call. They don't pay me for nothing. Like, I have no contact with these people, but for the sake of our babies, their book works. It works. It was preached to me, and even before I knew that there was a thing of sleep training, being a first-time mom, I didn't even know that was a thing. I just, obviously you're just trying to wing it. You're trying to figure it out as you go. This book was preached to me that I needed it, and I thought, yeah, okay, yeah, fine. Everyone's telling me I've got to get all the things. It's so crazy how overwhelming it is when you're a first-time mom. But really, it's like all the information's out there, and people that are giving it to you really got to take it in, understand the purposes, and decide for yourself if it's something you believe in, or you can try it and find out if it works or not. Now, I tried this, right, because I had no other way to sleep train or whatnot. I did research other ways, which what I read on them and the process of them, I didn't agree with, and I thought was ridiculous. So, and this one was the most, it just like, it gets the point done. It executes it well without being abrasive. And that's what I love about it. It provides structure, but it's not abrasive. It's still loving. Whereas some sleep training, it's super abrasive, I think. It's my opinion. I'm not even going to speak on those unless you guys have questions and comments and you want to talk specifically about certain things, then I can have a discussion about it. But this video, I don't even want to take the time to talk about those other sleep training ways that are dumb. But I do disagree. The one thing I will say right now is that I do disagree with the baby-led situation. I have not seen it work once. I have a girlfriend that's what she chose to do, and still at 4, having to sleep with her kid to get her to sleep. I've never had this conversation with her. I would not. It's because that's her thing. You definitely, whatever you do try to do or don't do, whatever the outcome is of that or not outcome, you have to suffer those consequences. And as long as you're okay with that, then fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like with whatever way you decide to go, this is how it's going to turn out. As long as you're fine with this here, then where's the problem? There's no problem. It's fine. So for me, I needed sleep at night. I'm not trying to freaking be coddling my kid all the time. I needed sleep. I went 5 weeks with very little sleep already as it was, and I couldn't even imagine going months. I'm like going bonkers. Like, this is how people that have kids look way older than they are, perhaps, is because you don't sleep. And sleep is when your body is regenerating and healing itself. So if you don't sleep, you like put 10 years on yourself It's crazy. And it's just not good for your health overall. So anyhow, I am not pregnant. So yeah, Mom's on Call. It's a 3-book series on the different age, group. So like newborn to 6 months, I think, and then 6 months to a year or 18 months, something like that, and then the toddler years. Great series. I highly recommend them. Every person that I've recommended them to, even after people have tried other things and nothing would work, then would start with the Moms on Call training, and it worked for them. So it's not something that has to start from the very get-go of any, training for it to be effective. It's just that effective. You can just do it whenever you want. It's just a matter of like, all right, well, are you ready to sleep through the night? Okay, here. Now you can try this so that it'll work. Good night, guys. Thanks for coming in to hang out. Some parents are way too clingy. My brother is spending the night with his kid tonight, and my nephew is 8 and can't sleep alone. It's sad, really. I know. So, I mean, it's what you're willing to put up with. So, as long as they're down to... this is the thing. This is where it pisses me off, is when you've got parents bitching about it. They're pissed. They're angry. They're like, this, my kid, blah. And I'm like, my response is, you did this. This is happening because of the choices you made. So just deal with it. You have to suffer not the consequences of your actions, because I wouldn't call them necessarily consequences, because to not everyone it's a consequence. I mean, I guess it's got such a negative connotation around the word consequence. Perhaps consequence is just literally just all that means is the action of what has happened, or the cause. I'm losing my mind. Hello? No, so Alyx has always slept. Her sleep, her naps obviously adjusted according to her age, but she's always been an 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. bedtime gal. That's what we've done. So even if she's woken up, she knows she needs to stay good up in there, and now that she's potty trained especially too, we always, you take the steps that you do to make sure that she doesn't have a full bladder before she goes to bed, and everything comes out. And that way there's not, she doesn't drink a lot of water before she goes to bed too, so that, I don't know. So, yeah. But, that's that. So with the napping, it's just, we're still winging it. We're still trying to figure it out. She needs it. I know she needs it. But sometimes maybe she had such a hearty sleep one night, and, maybe she can slide without having a nap one day, or just, like I said, take it day by day. So my daily vlogs will show you what we ended up doing and the outcomes. I'll definitely try to make sure to touch on the naps every day in my daily vlogs. Whether I'm able to, whether it's a yes or a no, and how, why, what, simple. But that's it, guys. With that said, I think we can wrap it up. This went a little longer than I expected because of our impromptu visit by the fam, which I'm so glad that happened. And where have I been? Go. I know, I've been so busy. I'm glad to be back. Thank you so much. It was just like one thing after the next. Moving. I want to say I've moved. I moved, and then I was trying to get this. I couldn't keep this up because of the move and all the things. That's why I stopped. And then when I was trying to get things regrouped again, we got told we needed to move. Yeah, I think that's when I stopped. Like, I stopped around the time after I moved in our last place. And then they told us we had to move again. Man, it was just a lot. And so now we're still trying to unpack in our new house. And yeah. So if she wakes up at 6:30, do you let her cry it out? My son has been waking up at 5:30 and it sucks. How old is he though? Alyx has never woken up to crying is the thing. Because once she's asleep, she gets the crying would happen going to bed, trying to get to sleep. And then that is addressed in the Moms on Call book. And I can also I could go into more detail on that in future videos as well. But never has she really woken up in the mornings crying. If she did, there's something wrong. She's only ever cried in the mornings because there was a reason to cry. And I think largely that is because, you know, once you train them to sleep throughout the night, then they wake up, they've had a full night's rest. They're happy for the most part. So I don't know, 6:30 in the morning, I feel like that's obviously they have different personalities. So, and I think one of the biggest things that we as people, just in general, parents or not parents, we're not looking at the base of the problem, the root of the problem. We're looking at where we're seeing the problem and we're like, well, what happened? Oh, it's because, you know, she hit her foot on this. But it's like, it's not about, oh, she hit her foot, so that's why she's crying. It's, well, what made her hit her foot? You know, why did that happen? You got to look at the very start of it all, the very root. And a lot of it has to do with a behavioral thing. And we don't even realize the way we respond to everything in life has an impact into the way it's being received and processed. So when they're babies and they're toddlers, this is their growing up time. This is their learning time. This is their learning to be a little human time. And so they're learning these little behaviors off of you. And a lot of times they're adult kind of behaviors that they can't necessarily process, which I feel is why when they reach toddlerhood, 3-ish is 2-3 is when they just start kind of losing it a little bit. That's when it's like the terrible threes kind of thing. Not only are they trying to push their, you know, test their willpower and what they can do, but couple that now with they just don't understand what the heck you want from them because you're not essentially speaking their language, if you will. A little over a year. Yeah, so gosh. At 6:30, I don't know what time they go down. He goes down, but if they're up, I'm not about the cry it out method, basically. But I'm also not about the respond at every, you know, first cry. So it depends on how often that happens. I think the book could really help on that. But essentially it's about waiting so long to see if they can calm themselves down. Because if you rescue them too soon, this is what they're going to grow up to know, is that they just need to cry and you'll rescue them. That's it. So why wouldn't they stop? Why would they stop crying? Because they could just cry and get what they want. So just keep that in mind. You know, address it. Obviously, I don't like it when people let their babies cry for an ungodly length of time, but that's just me. So yeah, I think that has to do with more like if you want to wean your kid off of the crying in the morning for no reason. If there's no reason, then, you know, it's just a matter of letting it go happen for so long, going in, trying to soothe them, and then hoping that, you know, it doesn't happen again. If it does, you wait a little bit. So that way you basically are giving them the opportunity to still try to soothe themselves and not have to always be answered by your response. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that there's nothing wrong in the first place. And if this is a thing that's been developing for a while and you've responded always, then you've got some behavioral things to tweak on your end as well with that. He's down at 8. Just started about 2 weeks ago, waking up early. Well then, it could be a growth spurt. You know what I mean? It could just be that. It could just be a period. But again, I wouldn't recommend going in off the first cry. Just check your monitor, make sure there's nothing wrong. And, but after like, I don't know, 10 minutes or 5, I don't know, depends like when it starts. But, see, if they're still crying and then, you know, see what's going on. Because again, it's just a matter of if like when they have growth spurts, their sleep gets really weird. Yeah, they need to learn to self-soothe. You're welcome. I'm telling you, the Moms on Call, look it up, Google it. Don't get their apps or any added things, just the books. Everything else I think is just marketing. But the books are awesome. If you really are looking for some help, or guidance, really. Like I cannot even tell you. I lived with this book. I have so many dog years. Everywhere I went the first year, the book was with me because even though I read it, I always had to reference it. every day, all day, because I wanted to make sure I did it right. And I don't know, maybe I was super diligent, or maybe I was just lucky with my kid. I don't know, but it seemed to have worked. Alyx got so much sleep. We got so much sleep. And that in turn impacts their behavior and their personalities for the positive. So, yeah, but all right, guys. Well, definitely this video is gonna turn into a VOD, and if you're watching this later, or if you're here now and you still have things you want to ask, feel free to leave it down in the comment section below. They'll be there. You know, I am here for you guys. I'm always responding, keeping the conversation going, and as usual, well, it's gonna become usual, the daily vlogging. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Sorry it was a little late, because this was so impromptu, random freaking daily vlog decision making. The vlogs have been going up a little late, but I am going to be shifting them to come out earlier in the daytime so that they're not at this late at night for you guys. So that is what's going to happen here, as well as some other things. But in the meantime, baby steps, right? Baby steps. So you guys have a wonderful night. I really appreciate you being here. And if you're watching this later, I appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you so much. Subscribe if you aren't already. Give this video a thumbs up, fam. Let's go. All right. Thumbs up for them families. All right. And comment below anything you have to say or any questions you might have. And I'll talk to you all later.